Alright, man, so I am breaking out Arma 3, which is a military simulator, I believe they call it. And I just got this game like 4 days ago. So, anybody who may actually watch my videos, you're probably going, dude, this game came out in 2013. It's 2021. Where have you been? Well, I have a reason. And that is, I'm into first person shooters. I play PlanetSide 2 a lot. MechWarrior Online, I play hardcore. I played Quake and Unreal Tournament, Doom, Wolfenstein, even multiplayer back when they started doing it for that. You know, that was like dial-up days, man. But I have two kind of main reasons why I'm just now catching up to all these first-person shooter and military simulator games. The first reason is, well, I'm a former 11 Bravo of 9 years, E5, and a combat veteran of 2 campaigns. And games like this, military games like this, just don't really appeal to you when you get out or get back. I can't speak for everyone, but you know, I played the Ghost Recons and stuff like that back when I was in, if I had the time. And when I got out, these games just, I don't know, it's kind of like, well, you already did this for a living. So, you know, I was an 11 Bravo. I was a standard infantryman for most of my time in until I moved up into another battalion, another unit. And games like this just didn't appeal to me when I got out. I realized that, you know, these games had exploded on the market. They were making tens of millions of dollars. They glorified war, and war's not glorious. You know, everything was based on the Middle East and whatnot. And to me, it was these games weren't designed for military people. They were designed for people not in the military. And you know, for a while when I first got out, I was a little salty about these kind of games and how much money they were making and how much they weren't donating to the families of fallen soldiers when they're basing their entire game concept around real world situations. So, you know, again, or if you saw like a 13-year-old writing a review about how realistic the game is and you should buy it, you know, and I'm going, if you want a realistic military game, then you need to make the game 90% menial tasks, cleaning something up, or getting smoked, and then you would have yourself a realistic game. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing anyone at all. I'm just giving a point of view from, you know, my perspective based on experience, actual experience. So, now, one of the things that brought me to this game was the multiplayer element, and I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, as I'm only like 4 hours into this game. But the open world environment and all of that has really drawn me to this game, and I look forward to giving it a shot. But first I want to learn a little bit about the game first before I go in and get demolished. The second reason I'm not really into the military sim games or the first person shooters in general. I mean, I loved Quake and Unreal Tournament and all those back then, and Halo and all that stuff, but and I still play, you know, first person shooters. But I've always been a tabletop turn-based strategy, real-time strategy guy, even back before I got in. This is back in the dial-up days too, if you had multiplayer and anything. So these games I'm just now starting to get into. I'm really starting to enjoy them, and so that's why I'm making a gameplay video about this game in particular. So just as a heads up, this is not a review of this game. I mean, this game came out in 2013. There's probably a bazillion reviews already out. I'm probably not the best review guy anyway. This is a gameplay video of the game that I just got 4 days ago, and I got the Marksman DLC for it or something. And so this is my first time playing that Marksman mission. And so basically what I'm doing here is just gameplay. I'm not going to do very much commentary at all. I decided to do subtitles for most of this, and again, it's just me getting through the mission and giving it a shot. Now, one thing I will say is I've cut out a lot of segments of where there's a lot of traveling on foot, where I've sped things up a lot. So in that case, there you're gonna see that. But for the most part, it's just going to be some gameplay, doing some sniping, doing some killing. And that's about it. So just sit back and enjoy.
از وایپر بلک به وایپر رد. من دارم به فیا نزدیک میشم. آماده ی حمله هستم. تمام.
دریافت شد. هر وقت مقر اصلی شورشیان پاکسازی شد گزارش بده. تمام.
دریافت شد. وایپر بلک. تمام.
So the time that I do have in this game so far is from playing the campaign, so I've learned only the few things that the tutorial and the campaign has shown me and the little tooltips up there. So I'm still learning a little bit about the map here, as well as some of the functions. I finally figured out how to walk, and so this game has a lot of buttons that I need to remap and whatnot, because there's a lot of button combinations in this game to do things, and it gets really annoying, especially if you're on Discord and I'm pushing the mute and doing all that crazy stuff. So I got to get this thing lined out for that. So if anyone's played this game before, you've probably already gone, dude, how did you get that field of view? The game came with like this real crappy field of view. It's like 70 degrees or 60. It felt like you're in a bottle trying to play. So what I ended up doing was I found a way to edit the file to give myself like a 110 degree field of view, which is what I like to play first person shooters with. So that's why you're seeing maybe a kind of almost a fisheye effect a little bit here. I may have it a little too far out for this game. So either you have the world's biggest hands or you have the world's smallest, crappiest pistol for like standard issue, because the scale is a little bit off for this pistol. But again, I'm doing the military thing. I'm starting to critique, starting to be a critic. I'll try and get away from that. One thing I have noticed on this game is that the frame rates are like half of modern games for me, and I'm running a 2080 Ti and a 2700X AMD with a 450 motherboard, 32 gigs of RAM, all that good stuff. For an older game, I was surprised that I wasn't in the 100s with the frames per second. And I read that this game is real heavy on the CPU and RAM. So I was a little shocked that I wasn't running these huge FPS numbers like I was expecting. So one of the things I do like about this game, and I guess it's part of this Marksman DLC, is that the bipod actually works. Like you can plant it on a rock or use it as a rest, and like on ledges and whatnot. So that's a realism factor. The other factor is that I like about this game is that you actually run out of breath or you get fatigued running, as opposed to other games where you can, run until your run meter runs out, but it doesn't affect your overall recoil, or not recoil, but your breathing and your aiming. So this game does offer that, which I thought was really cool. Now, something else that I haven't quite played with yet and I haven't experimented with yet is bullet drop in this game. So far I haven't really noticed bullet drop at all using anything, but again, this is probably the longest range stuff that I've done so far in this game, so I'm about to find out just how much bullet drop there is in the game, if any. And here I'm using the rangefinder, and what you do with the rangefinder is you always get the furthest point of your engagement area and the closest point, so that you know what your tolerances are on range. It doesn't matter if you're using a 240 Bravo, an M14, an M16, an M4, an M40, M21. I mean, I've used them all, and known distance is super important when you're engaging anything at any range. So if you're wondering why I'm not taking any shots right now, I'm just kind of getting the lay of the land here, and I've played against a little bit of the AI in the campaign, but they always like spawn in front of you and already know where you're at and start shooting. In this case here, I have the element of surprise for the first time, and I don't know how good the AI is in this game, so I'm kind of waiting for a lot of separation so I can take targets out without alerting another target next to them. So something else in this game also you see in the upper right, and I've changed it. You actually spawned into the game with your zeroing set to 500 meters, and I took it down to 300 meters just to see how low it goes. And so it seems that 300 meters was perfect for this one. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if we get some longer shots.
وایپر رد، وایپر بلک. ستاد شورشیان پاکسازی شد. به دنبال اطلاعات هستم. تمام.
دریافت شد وایپر بلک.
فرمانده، من یه چیزی پیدا کردم. چند تا نقشه و یه لپتاپ. به نظر میاد که روی نقشه محل شورشیان رو علامت گذاری کردن. تمام.
مفهومه. هایدرا به محل شما اضاف شد. تمام.
فرمانده، یکی از اون موقعیت ها در فاصله 700 متری شمال شرقی من قرار داره. اجازه میخوام که خودم منطقه رو بررسی کنم قبل از اینکه هایدرا رو بفرستید. تمام.
دریافت شد. گزارش ها نشون میده که شورشی دیگری در منطقه عملیات شما نیست. پس تماس رو برقرار کنید. میتونید تحقیقات رو شروع کنید. تمام.
دریافت شد. به محض دریافت اطلاعات بیشتر گزارش میدم. وایپر بلک. تمام. وایپر رد، وایپر بلک، با کمترین مقاومت از سوی دشمن تمامی خطرها رو خنثی کردم. اینجا در محوطه شورشیان یک سری تجهیزات پیدا کردم که شاید به درد بخوره. از همه مهمتر یک ماشین بدون سرنشینه. تمام.
دریافت شد. ما با هایدرا حاضر میشیم. لطفاً با گریفین در ستاد در تماس باش. هایدرا به محض اینکه برسیم تو رو سوار میکنه. ما هم میمونیم و منطقه رو حفاظت میکنیم. به گوش باشید. وایپر رد تمام.
Here I meant to do a third-person view outside of the helicopter so you can see just how awesome the terrain and everything is, and how big this map is and how far the distance is. And I forgot to do that, so this game really does have great scenery.
وایپر بلک مستقر شد.
دریافت شد. وایپر گرین آماده باشه. پهپاد دو گشتن دشمن رو در اطراف مجتمع شناسایی کرده. باقی شورشیان توی خود مجتمع سنگر گرفتن. یه سنگر کوچیک در جنوب هست. احتمالاً با یک دستگاه ضد هوایی مخفی. اگه میبینینش اون رو هدف اصلی و اولیتون قرار بدید.
دریافت شد. تمام. وایپر گرین، وایپر بلک. به محض آمادگی اقدام کنید. به محض آمادگی اقدام کنید. تمام.
So I guess I should have moved a little closer so you could see the assault team that you're helping out, that you're getting prepped for. I just called them in after having to kind of look on my other computer how to do it. And you can actually hear them in the background engaging the rest of the bad guys that I haven't taken out yet. So I thought that was really cool. Maybe in a future video I'll start working on something to where we can have a video of like a full-scale assault. Something else I also want to look into is the editor, and maybe editing my own missions, as I really do like kind of modding and doing my own stuff on games. So we'll see. I think there'll be more from here.